Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and I'm checking out John D. Clair's Mystic Vale, which is an early access on Steam. Full disclosure, I'm not overly familiar with the actual tabletop game, the actual card game. Having played a bunch of this, I can say it seems like the digital version might be a little easier, like logistically. However, I can't honestly, no slight to the good folks making this, but typically, tabletop games are best played when you're sitting at a table looking at other human beings playing the game. Which is not to say that there should never be digital versions of anything made. It's just, I'm rambling actually, and I'm just started. I'm already rambling. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm trying to set the stage for when I go into this, understand I don't have any real history with Mystic Vale from a tabletop perspective. So I just want to make sure that is fully disclosed. So yeah. So here's a quick reference. Yeah. I mean, I could have gone through that a little slower, couldn't I? Another thing, because I'm also not that familiar with the game, the tabletop version, I might be saying some of the wrong terms. Just indulge me. So, yes. There is a tutorial. This has been updated. It's early access, obviously, but it's been updated. I've noticed some UI elements changing and some other things. When I did the tutorial maybe a week ago, I didn't really... I was not really a fan of the tutorial. I'm just going to be completely honest. Alright, so where was I? Yeah, so, I didn't find the tutorial all that useful. Maybe it's changed a bit, and that's fine. There might be people who do find it a little more useful. I didn't. I shouldn't say useful. I completed the tutorial and really didn't have an understanding of what the game is. Now, obviously, I'm comparing that to not having played it at all versus having, a good number of games, played. So maybe it's just the juxtaposition of knowing absolutely nothing versus knowing something. I just feel like the tutorial wasn't all that helpful to me, but that's just me. You can have up to 3 CPU players. You can also play online. I'll do a multiplayer game with a buddy of mine sometime later. Right now, I'm tempted to just keep it on easy, just because it's a good confidence booster. If I keep it on easy, I look like I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, but okay, I'll play a quick match, just one-on-one, just to sort of show how the game works. I've been told that hard is really hard. Now, initially, like last week, I think there were only 3 difficulty levels. Now there's 4, and they make a big difference. But I'll have it on the 1 over from easy, so I guess closer to normal, closer to medium, however you want to look at that. Okay, so the CPU player is already going. You can actually switch. Follow my cursor. You can switch between your view and this, like your on deck cards, and then whatever the computer player has. You can look at everything they have as well, which is kind of cool. So, there's even more UI elements changing. Like this looks a little even different from what I played yesterday. So, another full disclosure. Like I said, I'm going to repeat myself. Sorry, I'm rambling again. I'm going to be calling things the wrong thing, I'm sure, a ton. But when I'm trying to do... Basically what I'm saying is, I'm trying to explain the game how I understand it. So I don't want this to work against what the tutorial is doing. This is just how I understand the game, how I have broken it down when describing it to someone else. So if I'm incorrect, just let me know in the comments. Just, constructive criticism, not you're an idiot, die. Just something constructive. so we can all learn from it. So, okay. I like that rain card. That's nice. So here's how the game works. You want to collect the most gems. So when all these blue gems are done, they're all collected, the game ends. I think that's correct. So there are cards. Let me see if I can show you here. See, all of these cards have gray gems. So these gray gems go into this counter here. These gems are awarded to you at the end of the game. So the active gems that you get come out of here, and then you can fill this up. But the bulk of the gems you're going to get as you play are going to be the gray gems, which are converted over to blue once the game is over. So you have mana points. So you have mana. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you're wondering why these cards, the reason is decay. Once you have 3 decay I'm going to call this the on deck section, and I'll call this the deck. So these are not all my cards because a certain number of them are within the deck. So now if you count, you would see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would count, oh, you have 6 mana. No, the mana only counts in your on deck section. However, decay is counted, be it on deck 1, 2, 3. So mana is only on deck section. Decay is on deck, is up to 3 on deck and in the deck. Those prepositions are kind of close. Hopefully I won't misconstrue them. I probably already have. So as many cards will come out until you have 3 decay showing. Once you have 3 decay showing, that's when these cards stop coming out. This is what you have to work with. So let's say hypothetically all these came out in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Then you just have 3 mana and 3 decay. That's it. So that's how it works. Once you hit 4 decay, once you have more than 3 decay, the planting phase is over. So right now, this is the planting phase. During the planting phase, I can hit this button and pull out another card from the deck, and it'll just appear in between these 2 cards. Now, if I pull out another card and it has decay on it, I'd have 4 decay. I can only have 3. The planting phase would immediately, I would spoil, and my turn is over. So if you get more than 3 decay, you spoil. That's done. Like your turn is over. It's another player's turn. So planting means, hey, that's sort of the pressure luck element where if you hit this button here, you can pull out another card if you feel confident that it's not going to make you spoil. One of my issues early on was I was doing that way too much. I was spending way too much time, with the pressure luck instead of just maximizing what I have. Now, this is pretty good. Often when I start a game, I only have 2 or 3 mana. I have 5. So what you want to do is you want to focus on getting other cards that give you mana. So you use the mana that you already have. Like the mana is basically counted from what's out here on the deck, not in the deck. Remember, decay is both, but yeah. So I'm not going to press my luck and keep pulling cards out because I might get another decay card, meaning just a card that has one of these on it. Well, I should say slots. So slots can be made up of 3 cards with the lower, middle, or upper part. Lower, middle, upper. It's much easier to recommend this lower, middle, upper. So you can stack cards. So I cannot take this. Let's say I go into the harvesting phase. I can't take field of flowers and drag it down to this slot because they're both for the upper portion of the slot. I could drag in cleansing rain, fertile soil, what have you. It'll make more sense as we go along. It's really hard. It's hard to describe this. I'm doing a terrible job. The ultimate point is you want to earn gems. You want to get as many as possible and then stack a bunch of these up at the end of the game. You can see what your opponent has. So as if you were sitting down at the table with them. You want to focus on, early on, you want to focus on getting mana and getting, what do you call these? I can't remember, think of what the name is. I know this is going to bite me in the butt. Well, these are decay, so let's say, I shouldn't really know what this is called, but the nomenclature is escaping me. Let's say a blossom. I know that's what it's called. So blossoms counter decay. So there's some cards that have blossoms on them, which will apply to the slot that they're put on. So if you apply that card here, it essentially would negate this. So as your deck gets shuffled and you roll out a new set of cards until you hit 3 decay, if you begin to negate cards that have decay on them, you theoretically would get more cards out on your deck, which will result in more mana to buy more cards to give you more gems ultimately, and more of these elements. And these elements are used to purchase these cards up here. Let me enlarge these actually. So the cards up here, I should know the name of this section, but I honestly don't. I'm sorry, this is a really bad way of describing this, but these are what these cards would cost in terms of elements that you've accrued from cards you've purchased here or effects here. So like the Sunstone Airy, the harvest, once per turn you may spend 2 mana to use any of these elements as another one. This one doesn't offer any gems. The Leyline Nexus offers 2, and as you see, these are like level 1 cards, and then level 2s, they offer a little bit more gems. They cost a bit more. This is a nice one. Stream of Vigor allows you to gain 2 mana and a third, and you might buy a 3rd advancement. I've been told that there's a card that enables you. Well, I'll get to that in a second. You can also enlarge this over here using this portion of the screen. You can enlarge these cards to read what they say. So, cards you really want to focus on is you want to focus on cards that give you mana, give you elements, but also cards let you discard. That's important. Like you look at the Mindful Owl. As you begin to play and you get a good number of cards that let you discard, it puts you at a nice advantage where if that card comes out, it can be played. And then the game will let you pick what card you want to get rid of, which is really good because if you have cards with single or multiple decay and you get them out of your deck, that means when you shuffle it, when the game shuffles them and rolls them out, the RNG will begin to work better in your favor because you'll have less cards with decay to even be displayed, which means you have more cards on the deck to play with, more mana to buy more cards that have more gray gems with which to buy more of these. I mean, you want to get it to a point where like you can get Shimmering Brook. You get 6 gems with that. Now it's going to cost you 4 of these elements, but that's worth a lot. The Webwood Canopy, 6 gems. It's going to cost you a little bit, but you want to work your way up there if you can. And the card, let's take the Magic Seed just for a second. This is really useful. You get 2 blue gems automatically. If I had 8 mana and I bought this, I would get a 2 here, and then I get a 2 here. Great. So I get 2 to suck away from here because the 2s count against this total right off the bat. And you also gain 1 mana for each other card in the field. So if you had 2 other cards, that you would gain 3 mana whenever this card comes out, or however many mana for how many things are in the slot. That's really great. However, there's a decay. So there's a lot of benefits. So as you get to the latter parts of the game, you're more likely to have more mana, and you're probably just trying to get as many gems as possible. So the decay might not be as much of a deterrent. Right now, I don't have enough mana to buy it. I might soon, in the mid game, but I got to consider this has a decay on it. Do I want to add, even though this is giving me benefits, am I ready to add that decay? Towards the end, you might be a little more reckless. As you can see your opponent's score going up really high, you might feel more inclined to say, okay, you know what, screw it. I'm going to get this anyway. It just depends on how it works. And yeah. Other thing is, you can buy as many of the cards in the upper portion as you want. You can buy as many. Usually I've only been able to afford like 1 or 2 in a turn. the cards in the middle section, you can only purchase 2 per turn. So I've had times I've had like 25 mana. And, you know, if you can't buy anything, you hit the button and go on to the next phase. So you can buy as many of these as you want, only 2 of these. So I think I've talked a whole lot. It might be better upon execution. I'm going to try to remember to flip over to the CPU players section here as they play, so you can kind of see what they're doing. So it just recolors everything else, but we're playing from the same thing. So we're both pulling from the same sets of cards here. So, all right, since I have 5, let's see, when played, search your deck for any card, and search deck for any card. This is pretty useful, but I'm going to focus right now. I'm not going to have another card come out, because you'll see me spoil at some point, just because it's going to happen, because that's just a part of the game. Like, I'm going to press my luck at some time and just lose. It's life. So I'm going to go into the harvest phase. I mean, it lights up the card, showing me what I can afford to buy. I have 5 mana, and I can purchase everything up to here. Oh, also should mention the helmet cards. Like this card. If you have this one, you gain a blue gem for each other card with this icon. These are things you're going to want. Now, decisions to make. Now, I can purchase... See, I'd be wiser to purchase a Flower Fields for 3 and then a Fertile Soil for 2 instead of purchasing 2 Fertile Soils for 1 mana each. Now, I'm tempted to get this and then work my way up to get this, because if I put these on the same card, I'll get a gray to store for the end of the game. But then if I combine these 2, I would get an additional blue gem because this card would have it. So, well, each. So I get 2, because 1 for this one and then 1 for the other one. So, but I think I'm going to get Flower Fields and then a Fertile Soil. And for people who really know how to play this game, they might be cringing, like, why would you do this? You're an idiot. I'm still learning. I'm still learning the game. I maybe have played maybe 15, 20 matches. I really enjoy it. I'm loving this game. And part of me's like, hey, I need a mobile version so I can play this one. I'm not whole. Yeah, I have a gaming laptop, but, you know, it's on my phone. It'd be fantastic too. But, okay, see, yeah. One thing is, you can't really watch. You can kind of see what the computer player does even if you don't switch over, but it does go kind of fast. It does kind of show you what they grab, but you can also see what's disappeared from here as well. So right now, if you look, I only have 2 mana because boom, boom. I have 3 decays right in a row. Remember I mentioned that earlier. 3 decays. That's what I've drawn. So, I could just go with the Fertile Soil. I could press my luck and see what else I get. Let's see what happens. And I spoiled. This moved over into my on deck and was next in the deck. I don't get the mana benefit from it. The decay does count. 4 decays in a row. So I probably should not have done that, but it's good to see. I really should have gotten the Cleansing Rain. That would really help me. But here we go. You know, that's okay. So the CPU player got the Fertile Soil, and it's my turn again. These have a lot of empty slots here, and once again, I've filled this in pretty fast. So I'm gonna go into the harvest phase, and it's good to get cards that will let you discard. Although I do need mana though, but I can afford to make a couple mistakes because this is not on the penultimate difficulty, let alone the ultimate one. But you have to watch your opponent's score because you can see it, which I like. So, you know, I've watched some videos on YouTube of the actual tabletop game, the card game, and there's these plastic sleeves you slide things into. This just, I mean, I'm very interested in getting that as well, honestly. I'd love to maybe teach the kids how to play and play that with them, play Mystic Vale with them, but I do definitely see the appeal of just using my, you know, my trackball mouse and, you know, scratching somewhat of a similar itch, if you will. Okay, now I got to make a decision. I know I should get the fertile soil, but I really want the... Well, I can still get this, so I can start discarding things. But then... Let's see what else I have here. I don't know. Like I said, if you're watching this and you're cringing because you have a lot of experience with this game, you know, I haven't played a whole lot. I'm still learning, so just be patient with me. I'm obviously not the greatest player, but another good one. Seedling cancels all but one decay on this card. Useful, very useful. So I'm gonna want to negate that. Right, makes sense. And I'm gonna grab. One thing I noticed is if I get a bunch of cards that let me discard, I notice that I'll end up getting rid of like some pretty interesting things. So then again, if I make too many cards that are stacked with mana, I don't know. It's two ways looking at it. If I stack this up with mana, but then I never get it because of decay, is that situation better, or is it better to? I don't know. What I'm basically saying is I don't want to get rid of a card, discard something that has a bunch of mana and the decay. I don't kind of want to get rid of decay on its own. But this is useful too. But I don't have anything to stack with it yet, so it's not that useful. I do kind of want to get something on the board. All right. I'll go with that. So I get. See, I have one gray gem there now. Should I press my luck? I did, and I got one more point. I think that was pretty much kind of worth it. I probably shouldn't press it again. So I'm gonna get the benefit of 2 and then get the wolf thing in hopes to get the feral chieftain. Okay, see now I can play this. Play search your deck for any card you may put into your discard pile and reshuffle the deck. So yeah, I want to get rid of cursed land because I don't. Yeah, that does me no good. Yeah, there was a mana on it, but I mean, it's not, it's not that big of a deal. I'm so tempted to press my luck, push 4, and just combine these two. And it worked. Alright, so I can go, planting phase is done. I'm gonna going with that. So I guess, yeah, I gained another one. Yeah, I mean, when you burn one, it's not a big deal. When you burn like 15, that's when you're like, dang. It means you had a lot to work with. And as you see, discarding helps because discarding or negating decay allows you to get more stuff on the deck to give you more options to play around with. And see, the Bear Totem. This is so useful. The Bear Totem, I know it's not called Blossom, but that's what I call it because I can't think of what else it's called. So yeah, it just means whenever this is out, it's going to take one of these away, which gives you a little more wiggle room to play with, which is good. But at the same time, the discard though, decisions. Is it better to just get something out entirely or negate it when it comes up? And I get 2 mana for it though. Oh, I did forget to mention the numbers here are the mana that each thing costs. I don't know if you picked up on that or not, but these are how much they cost in the upper right corner. This is the, these are the gems you earn. These are the benefits they give you. Like the hulking thornhide, it gives you 3 blue gems and a decay. So it's a trade-off, but you get an element too. You get 3 blue gems, 1 blue one. I mean 1 gray one. So it's pretty good stuff. I have to make a decision here. I think I'm gonna grab. Let me see. Since I have 9, I can afford to. Oh boy. I have to make a decision because you don't want to sit here and watch me. If you're watching this still, I'm probably amazed, but I have to make a decision. Do I want to be able to discard or negate? I feel like there's more value in discarding. But I like that Bear Totem, though. I do like that bear. The bear is so friendly. And the only other ones I can afford are these. So... Alright, there we go. I made a decision. Wow, 2. Like, come on, 2. Alright, so... Alright. Boom. Alright, came up already. So I get to discard. Get rid of some decay. Oh boy. Not a lot of options here. Let's mess with the fertile soil. Alright, there we go. Get rid of that. Okay, now you're starting to see some of the benefits. Some of the hands are a little funky, but yeah, I've discarded 2 decays. So, that's good. Now I have 9. So, I want another discard card, because those are very useful. Part of me wonders... I wish I had enough to buy another bear. I don't, so... Okay, getting rid of more decay. That's the name of the game. Alright, so the CPU player got the bear. That's okay. Okay, I have 9. This might be a UI change. I thought before it counted this up as soon as you got them, but now that it just puts them here. Just a small thing. Like before, it would say spoiled over here. Now spoiled appears here. I'm sure there's a lot of other things, you know, that aren't quite as obvious, but those are little UI things I've noticed that have changed. Alright, I need to figure out what I'm doing here. And see, nothing up here is highlighted because I haven't unlocked anything. This is useful. Ongoing. Growth Tender has... Wow. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay. We'll get some more fertile soil. Because why not? Oh boy. I hate when it comes up and it's like, oh, okay, good. And there's nothing good to get rid of. Probably wishes I would have stacked these now, because I could have just wiped them out entirely. I should maybe consider that. My only thing about that is if the card comes up, it can fulfill 2/3 or the full requirement for decay in one card. So... Okay, and yes. Oh, we get rid of a bottom curse or a middle curse. I don't really think it makes a difference. Well, it probably does, but whatever. You got to make a decision. Oh, get to get rid of something else. Sure, you get rid of a mana, but getting rid of a curse is way more important to me. You can get, you can get mana. Okay, now I have 10. Okay, gain 1 mana for each. So I gain 2 for that. For 4? 9. This is pretty good here, though. The Ent Elder. I get a bunch of elements. If I can't combine it with any helmets right now, but this is very useful. Alright, so you gain 2 gems for each. Yeah, this is definitely useful. Okay, so it went over there, so I'm not sure what triggered it, but it went over there. Okay, purchasable cards. There are still... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not even thinking. I was completely lunching on that. Okay, so now these are opened up, so I can now purchase some of the ones at the top, which can be quite useful. Let's see what they are. I can't purchase that one. They all cost the same. This doesn't offer any gems. This one does. This one is once per turn, you may spend 2 mana to use any of these elements as this. And if I look to see what's available, this element isn't anywhere in what's purchasable. Now that will change based on, I think, will that change? Will that stay the same? Well, I think it's purchase. I think this part does refresh. You figure I would know. I just forgot. So I'm gonna default and get the Exodus Road, 2 of the same card. I remember you can buy as many of these as you can. Only 2 of these, and then if you want to switch to the view, so this is like my mana card view, the upper tier card. Like I said, I don't know all the, and then my discard pile is nothing. Okay, and harvest phase is over. Wow, only 4. Jeez. Lifebringer. It'd be great to get 1 more and be able to negate this. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, good. Okay. Let's see what we have. Alright, we'll get rid of a cursed land. And of course I spoiled. But I did get to activate the card. So it was still kind of worth it. But not really. Okay. Yep, discarding is great. Getting rid of spoil is the way to go. Okay, 13. All right. What am I working with here? I'm not gonna bother to plant anymore. I'm gonna go into harvesting. This is the last fertile soil. Once it's gone, it's gone. But let me see what else we got here. If I get rid of these, it'd be great. Cancel all. So I could, I could purchase this, right? And then get this. Now I won't get this benefit out of it, but I would get the gems, and this cancels all on this card. Thus, beautiful. So I get the gem benefit. Why do I have a house phone? I say this every time it rings. And I get so frustrated that it's ringing because I'm like, why do I have a house phone? Yeah, that's a pretty good turn, I think. I have to get up to answer the phone, so let's just hope it stops ringing soon. Anything with double. I don't know. I feel tempted sometimes to maybe have a card that has more than one decay on it, but then it's like, well, Why would I want that? I don't know. Okay. Take a look at what they have. An idea of what they're stacking. Interesting. Wow. Look. Just how do... Really? And 4. Seriously. Okay, I have no room for fertile, so I only have 2 middles. So... Probably the best I can do is... this. Does it make a difference which one? Cancel all, put 1, and then this is discard. Oh, get the benefit out of that. Yeah, I don't want to get rid of either one of those things, so you can always cancel. You don't have to. Yep. Get rid of that. 15 sept. So I have 19 now. Look at that 20. It's nuts. I often haven't gotten cards that let me get rid of things while like activated. Or have I? I feel like a lot of times like the discard activates and then I take my turn, but I guess this game is a little different. All right. As you can see, the CPU definitely crept up. They have 17. I have 12, but I'm not sure why. Does this mean I have 14? I'm still learning. Like all this stuff. Like this means 0. Does that mean 0? So there's 1 here. As you can see, there's little numbers under there. So there should be a 2, shouldn't it? There's 2 1 point level 1 cards and oh, there's no more. This is it, I guess. There's 11 tier 2 and then 27 of those. I guess. I don't know. I'm still learning. Anyway, I don't think I need to plant. I have quite a bit. I have almost my whole deck out here to work with. So I can make some decisions here. Hopefully they'll be cutthroat. I wonder what... Okay, I have 2 of those. If I could gain 2 more of these elements, I could potentially buy that and get 6. What will give that to me? I could get those 2 and do it. I could get that one and do it. Oh boy. Something to think about here, don't I? Like I don't have that much decay. What is this? No, it's not gonna do it. Alright, think, Aaron, think. So gotta figure out what I'm buying here. Oh, cancels all. So I can't use these in conjunction because these are 2 middle cards. That won't work. I could combine if I had a blank card, I could combine those 3. I would love to do that. Well, I still kind of could though. Is there one that just has something in the middle? Okay, so ongoing. So if I put this here, buy this here. Of course, I always forget that you can only buy 2 cards at a time. A bird in the hand beats 2. And I keep trying to like plan going forward, like not long term, but like sort of the long game. But a lot of it is based on whether or not the cards you have are applicable to you. So of course I'm looking at this thinking, oh, I want to buy this. And I bought 2 cards, but I can't get this one because I can only buy 2 cards in the middle row. So I feel like, should I wait? And I'm feeling like no, because they have a 5-point lead in that regard. I should just get what I can get and keep going. Which made everything, which kind of makes everything that I just did pretty much a moot point. So mistakes are made. You know, they happen. Gonna discard that. 13. Look at that. Yeah, so that was pretty much a moot point. I could afford to get another one. This is, I mean, we're getting close to the end. There's only 8 left in this pot, so I could easily afford to grab this. Well, let me see if I can put it somewhere that will negate it. And I can't. But I can afford to grab that just to gain more right off the bat. And I could grab the plow, Mr. Plow. Look at that, I can get 4 off of these 8. Look at that. Put that there. Wow. Two. Give me a break here. I can't buy anything with 2. Wow, there is still a fertile soil that I can't place because of this. Alright, we're at the end game. This is the final turn. It's a shame to spoil on your final turn, but I'm pretty comfortable. Even though they have a 23 point, I mean, they have a, what is that, 5? A 5-point gray gem lead. I have a 9-point, yeah, so, okay, and that gives me, what, 2 more? Should I press my luck again? No, I shouldn't. Let's see, what do I got here? 1, 2. No, I still only have 3. Oh, yeah, this came on deck, but yeah. Oh, sorry, this is in the deck. This is on the deck. So on the deck, I still only have 3 because these don't count. So in order to push this over to get 5, I have to be pretty sure there's nothing to spoil. And wow, look at that craziness. So I have 1 out of 3 now because the effects of this one. This card negates both of these. That's fantastic. That I like. Wait a minute. Wouldn't that mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You know what? Whatever. I'm not sure I'm adding that up right. This negates all of this, so it means there's still 3. But this is I have 1 out of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it gives me 5. I'll stick with that. And yeah, at the end of the game, it's all about gems, really, towards the end. So I'm gonna grab this one, place it here, and yep, final turn complete. Cleansed. And you know, I won, as I kind of expected to. So you can click on the cards and then see what everybody kind of had, and kind of learn maybe what the CPU players or human opponents are combining to kind of get an idea. So part of me really doesn't think anybody actually stacked. It's a big risk to stack a bunch of cursed land on its own card, only because if that card comes up, yeah, it's not worth it. That's an interesting odds game to play. So, and this is what I had. So, kind of go back and see. You can't click on it, unfortunately. So you can see your regular deck, the mana deck, and then I only had 2 from the upper portion for a total of 5 gems at the end. But they still count, so yeah. All right. Oh, sorry about this. This is actually the the program to control my the fans in my case. I need to start moving that out of the way, but that has nothing to do with the game. So that's just life and forgetfulness. So if you made it through that, I bless you. I know that was kind of long and arduous, but Like I said, this doesn't say early access anymore. Oh, it is no longer. Wow, that it is not an early access then, because it is officially out today, isn't it? So this game is no longer in early access. This is out. Wow, I feel kind of foolish. I'll make sure I add something at the beginning to correct my mistake. This game is not in early access. This is, yeah. Take a look at the leaderboards. Just out of curiosity. All right. Let's see. Hey, there's my friend there. Nomad Games. What am I, like the last one? Probably like, you sir are the worst. Let's see. Hey, 37. Look at me. I can live with that. How do I get back to the game? Oh. So I get back. Well, since I'm here, I click on the last page. Since I'm here. Let's see. And there we have it. So, forgive me. It is not an early access anymore. It is out. I mean, it was out. I'm using air quotes. You can't see my fingers, but I'm making the air quote sound out. In that they were taking money for the game, whatever version it happened to be. But you can't play online. But I don't think you can play. I think it's just one-on-one. You can play with more than one-on-one if you play versus the computer. But I'm pretty sure it's only yeah, just one-on-one as far as I know. Now that might be different now that it's out. When you look beneath the video, I'll have the description. It'll let you know whether or not you can. So, you listen to me ramble for long enough. I've said like a billion times. A game like Mystic Vale is not something that would have been in my wheelhouse pretty much ever. Not really, but well, I would say 2 years ago it wouldn't have been. But I have really gotten into tabletop board and card games a lot more as of late, and I got an email and I saw it and I was like, this looks interesting. I think this is something I would dig, and I am loving this game. I cannot stop playing this. This is like a daily thing. I play like a match or two every day, and I don't really do that with any game. So that says a lot, because I don't typically do that. So this one gets my yeah, it definitely gets a thumbs up from me. If you own the game, I mean, there's no, I can't. I mean, if you own the actual physical game, I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to. If you have a PC and can play, and I'm not sure if it's on Linux or what have you, or Mac, but if you have the hardware to play it, I would wholeheartedly recommend you getting into John D. Clair's Mystic Vale. It is awesome, and this has sort of opened me up to thinking about maybe picking up the actual tabletop game, and having both can't be a bad thing. And if they ultimately do come out with a mobile version, wow, that could get me in trouble. But anyway, I'm rambling again, as I've done for the last, I don't know how long I've been playing. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, leave a comment. If I've messed up horribly on names and things, let me know in the comments. The things that I said wrong, or strategies, or whatever. Just, constructive criticism, things you like, things you didn't like, all that good stuff. But, in a constructive way. Check out GameEnthus.com, more videos, podcasts, the GameEnthus podcast. We stream pretty much Wednesday, Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern time. All those links will be down below as well. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, the podcast is on Spotify and whatever the Google stuff is, and Stitcher and iTunes and all that good stuff. So that's gonna do it for me. Mystic Vale. It is awesome. I love this game. Can't stop playing it. And now I'm gonna go. Take care. Be blessed.